guys? What's good? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your Tuesday Takeover edition. All right, so I talked about it in a previous video a couple of days ago that um who was going to take Caitlin Clark's place. Now there was a bunch of names that I had thought about. Was we could have picked up somebody on a hardship contract until she's out because we don't know right now. She's out for 2 weeks, but could be evaluated within that time, see how she progress, and she could be out longer, 4 to 6 weeks. So with that being said, somebody told, one of my subscribers mentioned that we could pick up Grace Booker. That will be a viable option if they need to. But I think Stephanie White is going to rely on her depth of the team right now before making any significant changes and see how long Caitlin will probably be out before they decide to add another piece because I think late June, July, they can't add another person to the roster to make it 12. So that's something to look at, down the stretch. How does team progress? Right now, the schedule favors the Fever right now. I think they could win these games. They don't have another tough game until later in June. They do play Chicago on, you know, June 7th, but who knows how that game will turn out. But anyway, so Stephanie like White alluded to today about who will get the starting nine. I did say Sid Colson because she is the veteran. She has stepped up in the past. In the past, people. We not talk about her overall career. She don't score points and all that. She's a veteran. Now she hasn't really did much for the Fever right now, and so she came in here and there, but she really hasn't done much. Just sparingly relieving Caitlin Clark. But we already know that there's nobody could count for what Caitlin Clark could do on the floor. Nobody. And I'm just being, you got to be honest about it. But with a collective group, one or two things going to happen. They're going to either ride the ship, keep the wave steady, or they're going to fall. There's two ways because sometimes a devastating injury to your star player will kind of like show how mentally strong this team is, and sometimes it could show how mentally weak this team is. I think if it was the team from last year, yeah, this team would have been in really bad shape. But I think with the veterans on this team, winners on this team, a lot of people, and you still got viable pieces of the team with his Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston and Lexi Hall. I think this team is going to be gritty, tough, and as long as they continue to play the same way they've been playing. Now the ball movement is going to be a little bit different. The ball to Aaliyah Boston is going to be a little bit different. So they're gonna have to figure out ways how to get Leah continue to let Aaliyah get her touches. But let me let you listen to what Stephanie White had to say.
Practices as trying to figure out new rotations, who's going to run point. Have you kind of nailed that down yet ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to start setting the point tomorrow. We're going to give that a look. Sophie's going to get a heavy dose of it as well. The other thing that we love is what Sophie and or Lexi, whichever one, brings us from the bench and having that spark, having that punch. So we're gonna look at Sid in that starting lineup to start.
Now the thing about it is, if Sid starts, who starts with her? Because Lexi started last game. Does Lexi start again? If Lexi comes off the bench, that means Dewana Bonner will start. Natasha Howe will start. Kelsey Mitchell will start. And excuse me, and Aaliyah Boston. So I think that in some sense, Sophie has done a lot. She has done most of the ball handling a little bit more than Sid Colson has. And I think having her come in at spurts is really a good changeup because the defense is not going to pressure them like they pressure Caitlin Clark. Let's be honest about that. They're not going to pressure her doing like that. And the team probably will be able to play a little bit looser because how teams will defend them at the same time. The thing about it is they're going to have to finish at the bucket. They cannot give up easy shots. They cannot give up, um, blow easy bunnies at the rim, point blank, period. So, with that being said, now Sophie Cuttingham also was at practice and she did spoke. I did have a clip of Sydney Colson, but I couldn't find it. So nevertheless. Here's Sophie Cuttingham.
Feel like that will be something that you're relied on for more, and how do you anticipate approaching it?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's the kind of cool thing about our team is we have a lot of depth. A lot of people can do a lot of things. And so when one person goes down, other people step up. And you'll see Sydney Colson handle the ball a lot more and playing a lot more, which is awesome. What a great opportunity. And then when I'm out there, I'm sure I'll be handling the ball with it too.
How do you like kind of the ball handling, where you're going in between outside and ball?
You know, I keep it simple. I'm not real flashy or fancy with it. I just do my job. But like I said, when we play really good defense and we rebound the ball and then we're in transition, that's the best offense we can possibly play in. So if I'm handling the ball, that's the kind of offense I want to play in. But you know, that's not always the case. And so I'm confident in it. I work on it. It's been, I need to get my rhythm back a little bit just from being injured and out and kind of getting my lungs underneath me again. And so it'll be good, but I like it. I don't mind it.
How do you anticipate the feel of games being different, given the structure is kind of built around your playing style?
Yeah, I think, again, I think it's a great opportunity for us. Clearly, we want her out there. I think she draws so much attention, and she's a phenomenal player. But at the same time, I think it's a great time for her to learn from the sidelines. It's a great opportunity for us to learn offense, right? Move the ball, pass, cut. We just can't stand and watch anymore. And so I think it's going to be good for us to actually get into our action, and then defensively for us to take another jump up a little bit and be more aggressive on the defensive end.
You mentioned getting your lungs back. How
Yeah.
long does that take, you feel like, when you miss a bit wide a week? You feel like you're close now, still need a lot of
Yeah,
time?
no, I do feel close. I've just been eating like a freaking cow lately, so I need to chill out on that. But otherwise, no, I really do feel good. It's funny because you feel so good going into training camp. You get injured in a preseason game, then you don't really do anything for 2 weeks. 2 days is hard on you, so imagine 2 weeks. But I really am feeling good. It sucks she's out now, but overall, I think our team's doing pretty well.
Is your ankle bothering you at all anymore?
No, only in heels.
Were you surprised you said you asked out like 2 minutes ago?
Oh my gosh, I got so much heat from my family and friends for that, but like, that was the first time I like really ran, and so it was a pretty quick-paced game for the first 3 minutes. I was like, hey, I'm a team first, have first, and so if I'm feeling I'm gonna ask out, but yeah, I got a lot of heat for asking out in 3 minutes.
All right, so you got to listen to what Sophie Cunningham had to say, and pretty much Sid Colson is going to run the point, but expects Sophie Cunningham to really handle the ball a lot as well. And the main thing she said, they have to be more aggressive on defense, and that's what's going to lead to easy buckets with them and everything like that. And they have to take advantage of the mismatch. And so I suspect a great game on Wednesday. I think this team could beat a feisty Washington team. They went down to the wire. They went in overtime in preseason. So I think this team is more well ready and understand the opponent that they play because they do play them after the Sun. They played them the Sun Friday. Then they play the Mystics again. So we'll get to see and everything. And now you cannot keep Caitlin Clark away from the gym. She wasn't there yesterday, but she showed up today. And guess what she was doing? Take a look. So you got to see her shoot. And from the looks of things, she's pretty lifting. So hopefully within 2 weeks' time, she heals properly and they keep her out a little longer just to make sure that she is good. It's great to see her out there. You know, you can't keep her away. She's a competitor, man. You can't keep her away from anything. But I do expect the Fever to rally around her. I think they will go play hard. They're going to play really tough. This is the opportunity for Kelsey Mitchell and the Leo Boston to really, truly step up for this team. Show the leaders that they are. They don't have their floor general, and they're going to have to really carry this team if they really, really want to pick up wins and continue to have sustain because any slide with this team could be discouraging, could be detrimental, and it could derail anything they trying to do going forward. Having Caitlin not on the floor is going to show how much this team will come together. how much of a unity they are, because having Caitlin out there is kind of like a crutch to the rest of the team. But now this team gets to grow and understand, hey, we could do this if somebody's out. We did it with Sophie out. Now let's see if we could do it with the biggest piece of the team being out. And that's gonna be the challenge. So with that being said, Live Rock Sports Media, this your Tuesday takeover edition. You know what it is. Cause if you don't know, now you know.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying.